So, aside from being able to talk about all of these wonderful books, something else that I love about my job is I can talk about literacy. This is something that I feel very passionately about, and so the more people that I can talk to about it, the more I feel like there's a way we can turn this literacy crisis around that our country and really the world is facing right now. There's a fantastic book out there called The Read Aloud Handbook, and I feel like it was written by someone more eloquent than me, but who was inside my brain. The book talks about reading out loud with your family, with your kids, all the way till they graduate from high school, the whole time they're in your home. It talks about having books in the bathroom, in the bedrooms, in the kitchen, at the breakfast table, everywhere in baskets, so that the books are there and not second thought over on a bookshelf where you're just looking at the spines and they don't look very inviting. The book has great tips on things you can do when you're reading out loud to your kids. Sit around, and even though your child can read independently, read The Wind in the Willows with them, because of course it was probably your favorite book at one time. And so pass it back and forth, reading one paragraph and then letting your child read the next aloud. Read books where you're making sound effects and being silly and doing voices, and help your children understand what great personality is can be found inside books. There's a great quote that was by William Butler Yeats, and it's education is not the filling of a bucket, but the lighting of a fire. And I feel like my children watching me read, watching me love to read to them and read by myself, I'm lighting a fire in them. I'm showing them that reading is not a chore, but it is a treasure. It is a gift. And so I highly recommend looking into that book, the Read Aloud Handbook, and I highly recommend reading aloud with your whole family. Here's hoping that you have breakfast together at least once or twice a week. Why not add passing a book in between bites, back and forth, and reading something out loud? What a great tradition that could be. Read aloud to your teens as they're getting ready for school, packing their lunch, whatever. Do it. Books are amazing. Reading is amazing. And the opportunity to share a book with someone you love should never be passed up. So let me very quickly read a few more of these tips to you. Here's a great one. During repeat readings of a predictable book, which of course that's what we do with toddlers, right? And with preschoolers. But stop at key phrases and allow the child to provide the words. Well, yeah, that sounds simple, but maybe sometimes we're rushing through books and we don't do it. Do it. Slow down. Let them respond. Let them be a part of it. Be sure and vary the length and topics of your readings. So don't just necessarily sit down and read 4 picture books at bedtime to your 4-year-old. Mix it up a little bit. Have a picture book and a silly rhyming book, and maybe even a nonfiction book that's about trains, or about butterflies and caterpillars, or about dinosaurs, or whatever they're interested in. Bugs. Mix it up. It keeps that brain excited and working, and it's not as monotonous for you, nor is it for them. And another great point here is reading aloud comes naturally to very few people. to do it with ease takes practice. It's worth it. So yeah, maybe you haven't read out loud or to anyone for years, and now all of a sudden you've got kids and you're reading aloud again. Practice makes perfect. They're not laughing at you. They're loving the time with you. They're loving the snuggles with you. So just read aloud. Do it every day, and enjoy it.